Virgo, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say really cool. Thanks for sticking with this community. I know you got a lot of choices of tarot reading, but I'm grateful, that you chose this one too. So, if you're brand new to the channel or just cross watching, I'm JT. I encourage you to come in and check out some of the videos. Just go through the playlist there, find the particular sign, and hopefully something lines up with you. Okay. Okay, we are going to shuffle up and just a general reading again, Virgo. So, like I always say, lots of people come to watch the channel, so there's lots of different energies, and I try to give as much of the explanation as I can. Sometimes it gets a little long-winded, but if you're willing to stick with it and listen to it, there's something to learn, something to pull it, nuggets to pull out, right? Anyway, I was going to let you know I have been putting the brand new haiku poems right before I start your reading. Okay, I think it's a really cool way to kind of meditate and get into the mood of the reading. So, anyway, let me know what you think. All right, I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but for transparency's sake, I'm going to shuffle up in front of you. Virgo, I wish for you peace, love, happiness, abundance, health, wealth, stability. I place all of that energy into this reading for you. Kick back, relax, do what you do, and I'll go over these categories, okay? We're going to take a look at your current energy. We're going to look at your crossing challenge. We're going to look at foundation. We're going to look at the recent past. We're going to look at all right. This is looking pretty damn good so far. Anyway, this is possibilities. Nice energy shift for Virgo. Near future. We're going to look at the self, the environment, hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, and then the outcome and the direction. Okay, Virgo, just taking a peek at these cards. I'm gonna take some time to look at them real quick. And while I'm doing that, I have your brand new poems ready for you. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, Virgo. Hopefully you enjoyed those poems. If you did, let me know in the comments, would you? Okay. Anytime the reading starts off with your present energy of the Four of Wands, there are the possibilities that somebody is contemplating marriage here. It doesn't have to be the case, but for some of you, this may apply. All right. For others of you, and I will get into the cards, but just trying to give you kind of heads up. Make sure you want to stay. Okay, stick around. But for others of you, this looks like maybe it's got that lady in waiting, kind of the patient, soulmate type of contract here, or a just a high-powered relationship, something that has been coming to the surface, and some of you are contemplating your next moves. You do have 3 major arcana in this reading, okay, and I don't call those the elephant in the room on this one. I feel like these are just, the minor arcana is here to kind of show us the day-to-day. The major arcana is here to show us some major events in our lives or things that maybe we might need to pay attention to. So anyway, just to let you know that, I'll give you the down low and we'll start this reading, okay? All right, we're starting off definitely the Four of Wands, okay? For some of you, the synchronicities are definitely seeing rings, checking out rings, Take what applies here, but I don't know. Someone might be mentioning engagement here. Okay. Um, the Four of Wands, it kind of hits like the moment when you walk into a room and instantly feel like, hey, this is where I belong. Okay. This is maybe someone you've had chemistry with, for quite some time, maybe months. Maybe suddenly it's going to become way more consistent. Okay. Way more clarity on this situation. For some of you, this could look like the masculine energy that's starting to maybe imagine what it would feel like to bring you home to the family. You know what I mean? Just take what fits, you guys. But feminine energy here is definitely that. I don't know. It's got that, and I don't want to sound like a pompous ass here, but it's got that. It's like you're starting the nest. Cleaning, redecorating, prepping for a new chapter of your life. I don't know. Some of you, it may be like the social media, that like from the someone you thought that forgot you, right? This could be like a friend who introduces you to someone who feels, instantly familiar. I don't know, maybe like a long distance connection here also, finally some plans that are going to be made, a situationship. It might be shifting into something way more defined, something that you can actually put your finger around, you know what I mean? Um, this could also talk about, anything from like a celebration, birthday, graduation, wedding, you know. I don't know. You might actually meet somebody at one of these events, and it calls for like that romantic spark or something like that. Okay. But this has, I don't know, somebody checking out your online presence, more than they want to admit. It's kind of flirtatious. It's somebody rehearsing their texts, their texts. Some of you could be from Texas. Yeah. Anyway, it's got that I hide how much I'm excited to see you kind of energy. Okay. For the masculine energy, it's got both masculine and feminine energy. It is for the masculine, it would be I want to build something really permanent and real with you, and the feminine energy definitely is, I want this. I want to feel safe in choosing this situation. Okay. All right, we're going to move on into the challenge card. And we got the Two of Pentacles here. All right, I'm going to be soft with this next part. Okay, you know, this is someone who's a little inconsistent because they're overwhelmed, not because they don't care. So don't get me wrong here. It's the masculine energy that feels torn, maybe between independence and the desire for some form of a more permanent connection, or whatever it is that whoever I'm speaking to that maybe you might require from out of this. It could look like two people trying to sync their schedules, together, but life keeps kind of interrupting. So, like I said, don't take the negative aspect of this. There's lots of different explanations. So I'm going to try to match as many energies as I can here. Um, this could look like a third party distraction, exterior of this situation, work, family, exes, maybe finances, they're causing some kind of delay here. But I don't know, for some, it could look like just definitely the mixed signals because, I don't know, someone's afraid of choosing wrong, or I don't know, for some of you, it could, I don't know, it could look like balancing your money, your goals, with your emotional needs here. A job that's shifting or something like that, maybe a side hustle for some of you. You could be working on a side hustle, and it's just trying to, it's just kind of the complication of or the timing, you know what I mean? So, we could be talking about like someone avoiding a deep conversation with you because they're afraid of maybe like the disappointment. They don't want to lose you from some kind of a topic. But anyway, this is you trying to definitely maintain some peace, while you've got a lot on your plate. All right. As far as the masculine energy would look like overthinking, maybe finances in this situation. It doesn't have to apply, but it could be. And the feminine aspect would definitely be like the overthinking the emotional availability or something like that. Okay. All right, Virgo, we're going to move on now into the foundation. And our first major arcana shows up in your life. Okay. For some of you, you could be seeing synchronicities around this relationship, or at least how it's developing. You could be looking up more angel numbers, things like that, synchronicities, 717 maybe. Talks about, like a path or something that is shifting. Something is asking you to stay open, okay? This is kind of like, this is like fate moving behind the scenes here, okay? It could look like a sudden opportunity, that changes in the relationship trajectory or something like that, For some of you, this could be like, ending those karmic cycles, those patterns. I don't know. It could have like the lucky break in money or career for some of you as well. But I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards I don't know. It's like that chance encounter. It just feels like everything rolls out perfectly. There's smooth. There's no tension in it. Okay. We could be talking about the also the masculine energy here, realizing that maybe I cannot lose you. And the feminine energy would be definitely stepping into the power. Okay. This is the soulmate connection. That's maybe going to become reactivated after a long pause. For some of you, you could be on that twin flame journey, or like I said, a definite high powered. We do have both the king and the queen here, and some definite romance. So there's hot, steamy passion within this energy here. But I don't know. It's somebody showing up right when you needed the sign, right? You needed something to kind of prove to you or show you. So I feel like that Wheel of Fortune is there as in the major arcana position to kind of say, hey, it's all about this timing. Okay, so pay attention. All right, now we're going to move on. We're going to talk about this recent past. Okay, we got the Knight of Wands. That's where that steamy situation was for some of you. Doesn't have to be, but this is kind of like the hot and cold section of this reading. It's the impulsive messages. And for some of you, I feel like this might have been in the past for you, right? Not too far back, but for some of you, it could have been. And like I said, that connection just kind of, I don't know, it fell back into your lap again, and it's having you address it again. So some of that energy may still be lingering. It's got the late night text, hey, you up? What's up? That kind of thing. It could be a damn social media stalker, right, who just never comments or something. You could be paying attention to that too. Maybe for some of you, this could talk about the interruption of a travel situation or something like that. The Knight of Wands has the impulsiveness energy in it. Okay, so expect some kind of um, a memory of where there was a situation where it just something, I don't know, like a fling that turned unexpectedly emotional all of a sudden, or it could have been like in the past there was a third party causing some kind of jealousy or something, somebody stepping in, taking action in the emotion area there. Okay. I don't know. Some of you could resonate with this person who has like maybe like, I don't know, like really striking eyes, like green or amber or something. And so it's got that long, leaving that strong impression on you kind of situation. Let's see. It could talk about somebody who acted very confident, but may have been insecure, and so in that it may have had that hiding of how much they really cared, and maybe that is what is circling back with that Wheel of Fortune. You're about to get that confirmation that you needed here. Okay. All right, we're moving now on into the possibilities, and we have the 10 cups. Some of you could be hearing random love songs, like you know, every time you put your earbuds in and kick on your tunes, some love song just kind of pops up, just as a synchronicity here. But I'm just saying this has got the, I don't know, when the love songs are following you around, this is like confirmation that emotional alignment is definitely taking place here. Okay. This card represents emotional fulfillment. It represents long-term potential with someone. It's got the this could be my person, kind of energy, right? This is the someone imagining a future with you, kids, the home, the stability. If we're talking about like the masculine energy, it's definitely the masculine who softens, emotionally, and the feminine energy has that I'm safe to open up again. Okay. We could be talking about a blended family type situation that's going to work out. Um, this is the reconciliation, that actually is going to stick this time. Okay. A partner that you've been wanting. Um, I don't know, a partner that you want is maybe going to introduce you to his inner circle. Okay. It doesn't have to be the case, but maybe, maybe some of you have like shared a dream, like travel home or, doing a business or something like that together. This is definitely got that, you know, emotional vulnerability, opening up that's going to change everything here. We got the rainbow and the sunset, right? Appearing at the perfect moment, all right, in this reading. But I'm just saying, um, somebody might be saying like, giving you the phrase, they talk about like someday, this is going to be like someday, or, maybe like say, I have this old photo of you. You're not going to believe this. Check this out, right? For some of you, that may be a synchronicity. Okay. So pay attention to it. When they open up that wallet and they got you inside, I don't know, they're replaying your voice notes, something like that. Anyway, some of you could be seeing, like having deja vu as well, dreaming about this situation. Okay. All right. We're going to move on into the near future. The near future is pretty neat. Okay. This is like that sudden wind, energetic shifts. It's confidence that's rising in you. It's definitely you stepping into that magnetic kind of energy. Okay. Um, this is irresistible to someone who may have hesitated. The masculine energy becomes really protective, around you. So kind of pay attention to that. Somebody's got that guarded. I'm your king, and I'm watching out for you kind of energy, right? The feminine energy is just becoming way more bold and expressive, more sexually alive for sure. She is the fire sign with wands, so this is the career glow up, that boosts your confidence. It could be like a some of you, this could apply. Maybe like you have a new admirer or something that's coming in that just really lifts you up, right? This has got that, someone complimenting your hair, your eyes. For some of you, you can have like really soft eyes, like that light blue or hazel type eyes. It doesn't have to apply, but this is you attracting opportunities. Okay, it's kind of got that effortless type of energy involved here. Okay, someone's probably staring at you, longer than they probably should, or at least longer than they speak, maybe, right? Somebody could be getting very nervous around you. Anyway, the Queen of Wands has that kind of energy, that kind of presence. So it's all your fault. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about this self and this Nine of Wands energy here. It might be poking at an old bruise for you, but it's important that we address the elephants in the room. So this has got that. Your intuition might be confirming the truth about something. Okay. This has got your guardedness, that resilience, emotional fatigue, those types of energies that are in this. But I feel like it's definitely just trying to remind you of the old patterns. Okay, it's like you want the love, and but you fear maybe a little bit of vulnerability opening up again. Trying to rebuild trust in yourself again. Okay, and but the Nine of Wands is that it may be that or may represent that wounded warrior, but you're still showing up. And so it's you really are stronger than what you realize here. Okay, um, you're learning to set boundaries. That is the boundary card, right? So I don't know. You could be like double checking, your status. You could be double checking any comments on your socials, something like that. But it's kind of got that. I'm going to hesitate a little bit before I reply here. Okay, so it's really just you kind of just testing your own emotional safety, how you feel about particular situation here. Okay. All right, we're going to move on into the environment. We have another major here. So we got the strength card. For some of you, you could be you could be dealing with a Leo. It doesn't have to be, or the Leo season could be a very significant time frame for somebody here. July 23rd through August the 22nd might be significant dates in between there for somebody. Excuse me, allergies. Okay, this is like crossing into a brand new chapter of your life here. Uh, this has got someone around you, holding back some really deep feelings here, and so the masculine energy is like trying to be patient, and the feminine energy is like trying to tame those fears at the same time. Okay, so there could be a very definite mirroring image or a mirroring effect taking place here. Like I said, I do feel like there's definitely this soulmate kind of contract, or at least high powered relationship that's about to take place here. So it's got like a friend or maybe an admirer, somebody that sees you as so much worth the effort, right? It's that partner who wants to protect you again. Like I said, someone's healing their old wounds. This has got the connection that grows stronger through honesty involved here. This is the quiet loyalty, kind of card. It's kind of like forming behind the scenes. So she does represent. I say she, doesn't have to be she, but the strength represents patience. Patience and endurance, and so just keep that in mind. This is like the slow burn relationship. Okay, it's fiery. Okay, definitely, but it's got holding back a little bit and showing you know through love, through actions. Okay. All right, so the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. Here's where it's coming at. It's the King of Pentacles. All right. Um, you know, I don't know. Some of you may be seeing like this person's initials repeatedly. It represents someone thinking of you. This is the desire for stability. It's loyalty. It's long term commitment. Okay. You're definitely wanting that person who's stable. You know, um, and it's kind of got that fear, like you don't want to choose the unstable person here. So the masculine energy is definitely, I want to provide something for you, and the feminine energy wants that emotional security, right? So I feel like there may be some money fears, maybe affecting some of these love decisions, or at least the movement in this situation. You could both be in that same position. Here's what I'm getting. So but this is the desire for that stable home life. Uh, the financial breakthrough, things like that. So somebody could be talking to you about money, way more than their emotions, perhaps. But this could be like the opener. Like I said, there may be an energy where both of you have experienced the Nine of Wands, right? And so those conversations may reflect around just normal aspects of life. So just kind of keep that in mind. It is the slow burn energy here, right? So I don't know. We could be talking about some time between right now in this present moment and into the next moon phase. I think you're about to find this King of Pentacles energy. Okay. All right, we're going to move on now into the outcome and the direction for Virgo. We've got the moon. For some of you, could be dealing with Pisces energy here. Don't have to be, but you could be. Um, Look, I'm going to unpack this. No panic. I'm just trying to say this is like revelation. It's your intuition. It's kind of like the clarity that's going to emerge from the confusion here. Okay. And so this has definitely got that somebody admitting their feelings for you. Some kind of a secret that's about to come out is going to be, it's going to be in the light for you. Okay. It could look like that hidden, admirer finally stepping forward, from the social media deal. Um, Perhaps some of you are dreaming, and this is kind of helping you to reveal the truth of some kind. Um, I don't know, a confession that might change everything in this situation, this dynamic. Could be talking about somebody here with maybe like dark brown, maybe blue eyes. Um, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's you're seeing somebody's true intentions for the first time. For some of you, that could be the situation, but it's got I kind of hesitate before the truth comes out, right? So pay attention. There may be some people like avoiding eye contact with you, when things become a little emotional. So just take what resonates here. But I feel like Virgo, it's definitely a chapter in your life where love is definitely going to become clear here. It's way more intentional. It's more emotionally honest. it's the same old story. You know, I feel like in your heart space, but it's because you've had that wounded Nine of Wands kind of, wow, I'm having a great hair day. You've got that Nine of Wands energy still kind of lingering there, but I feel like this person who's coming into your energy here is grounded like you. And so those conversations, you know, with that slow burn energy is definitely going to be, you know, they're not going to jump forward with, you know, I love you right off the bat, because I feel like you both have done, you've been there, you know. You don't want to put those emotional vulnerabilities first. You don't want passion first. You want, you know, you want to know that you want to know that the energy that you're sitting in, even in just a small talk conversation, is grounded. You know what I mean? So cool, Virgo. I like this. It's a really good reading. Very mature, very honest, very kind of just natural instincts. And I feel like you've been there and you've done that. And so you're just being cautious, and that's a good idea, right? So anyway, Virgo, I hope you got something from it. I hope it was confirmation or clarity. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, okay? Let me know in the comments about the haiku poems. I haven't really heard a whole lot about it. You know, nobody's complained yet, but any comments are good comments for me. So I love you, I respect you, and I hope I get to see you on the next readings, okay? All right, bye-bye.